oh my. Whatever is the meaning of this? That's most peculiar. There had never been any issue with me hitching a ride on an armory before. Now you're telling me that I, moi, yours truly, may not accompany you.
Elder's orders, Mom. Please don't make things difficult, Miss Masha. You know well enough. I don't have the authority to permit your departure without at least a platoon. For protection.
Yes, I do understand, of course. Sensible, really. Given poor Uncle Gurney's horrid plight, heightening security on all outbound transports, are we, Moni dearest? I've needs too. Forget platoons. I've a mind to enlist every lost number there is. Would that suit you better? That said, perchance, if you were to reconsider, I would be more than capable of fending for myself. Do you see what I'm alluding to?
I'm in no position to decide, Mom. In any case, I'm afraid you'll have to take it up with the Elder.
Oh, I commend your obedience. Thank you. That'll be all. Oh, what a wet blanket. And here I was, so raring to go. I feel as a babe cast by the wayside. To business. Let's see. How might I foil Moni dearest's little arrangement?
Excuse me?
Hello? Aren't you... Have you perhaps business outside of the city? And if so, might it trouble you to take me with you?
That came out of nowhere. Who even are you?
You don't know? This is Lady...
Ah! Where are my manners? Please forgive my impertinence. It's simply that I'm in something of a hurry. Masha. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hi, Masha. We're...
Oh, I know full well who you are. You're a known quantity here, my dears. You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone in the city who doesn't know of you.
You said you wanted to accompany us. Why?
Gosh, aren't you a cautious one? It's nothing of grave importance, I assure you. I just happen to have some personal matters to attend to in the Fornis region. The Aegis Wilderness, to be precise. It may surprise you, but I happen to have a modicum of skill in battle, above that of the average layperson. It wouldn't be the first time I've left the city. In fact, I'm rather accustomed to working on my own. But it seems I've been met with some skepticism. Dear me.
Pull the other one. You can fight!
Her attire certainly doesn't conform to Lost Numbers dress code regulations.
It's about as far from military fatigues as you can get without falling off the edge of the world.
Yes, I get that a lot. But I'm afraid my fashion sense is non-negotiable. Only when one pursues beauty with every breath is it that one may validate proof of one's existence.
Sure. Aegis Wilderness, huh? We might not be going there for some time. Is that okay?
No trouble at all. I'm sure you have your own duties to fulfill. I hope you'll allow me to humbly assist you as a concerned and dedicated representative of the city. Well, as you can see, I could not have found more exceptional bodyguards. You'll have no qualms now, I hope? Give Moni dearest my regards, won't you?
Very well.
All right, people, what say we get a move on? Time waits for no cognoscenti.
Yeah, okay. Keep your hair on. Well, guess you're with us for a while then, Masha. Don't worry. You'll be in good company.
Good to add more names.
The Aegis Wilderness is vast. We should make ingress from the Zem's Crossway side.
That's right at the border with the flats, right? If we're heading into the wilderness, we best do it from here.
Golden Heart! Golden Heart!
Well, lady, we're here. The Aegis Wilderness, like you asked.
Lady? I do have a name, you know.
So, Masha, what's the plan now?
You are aware of the Annihilation events, yes?
Of course we are. Do you think we've had our heads stuck in the mud or something?
Well, I happen to be looking for a patch of land that was the site of such an event. The Aegis Wilderness, being prone to frequent events, makes it a prime location for my purposes.
Except that runs the risk of us walking straight into another one ourselves.
Yeah, we better not stick around here too long.
Hold on.
Tyon used to be in Agnes's survey branch. I think he's researching the area.
Wonderful. Music to my ears.
There's one old site. The survey branch maps have it labeled as Piento Basin. It's something of a trek, but it might be sensible to head there instead of us wandering around aimlessly for hours.
My, what a strikingly valuable piece of information. I couldn't have asked for more.
We'll go with you. You don't want to be dealing with all the monsters roaming around here alone.
A most gracious offer. I suppose I'll take you up on that.
So, what's so important about this place, anyhow?
A picture is worth 1,000 words, my dear. If luck should favor us, you're sure to find out soon enough.
Marching straight into annihilation zones. You must have nerves of steel.
You flatter me to no end, Lance.
monster alert.
My oh my, what a thorn in our sides.
Cry of faith! Nothing. Come here! I got something for you! Thanks! Shockwave!
The battle should go to our advantage.
Enemy sorry! Away from me!
I can't go easy on you!
Tricky on flat!
That was
See?
spectacular.
This is our path to the future!
My, oh my! To think that I would find one so soon. Let it never be said that the fruits of one's labors are not rewarded.
What have you got there?
Again, I must extend to you my deepest thanks. I would never have laid my hands upon this were it not for your sterling efforts.
It's a rock?
Looks like a rock to me.
Those are unusual inclusions. I've never seen anything like it. It's as if a number of different types of stone have all been interlaced.
On the ball once more, your assessment is absolutely correct. This stone was formed after several types of subterraneous minerals were exposed to tremendous energy, merging into one.
Tremendous energy.
The annihilation effect.
It finally clicked, I see. You might even call this stone a new type of mineral, a curious byproduct of annihilation. As it is created through sheer chance, it is vanishingly improbable that one might reproduce it through human means.
So it's a pretty precious stone then, is what you're saying?
Do you see now why it is that I was so adamant to depart the city?
It does seem pretty special. But what are you going to do with it? Wear it?
Not a terrible idea, really. But no, I already have a different purpose for it in mind.
Oh yeah?
Indeed. Allow me to reiterate before I recapitulate. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Chosen friends, might I ask you to return with me once more to the city? Indeed, what outcome might this ill-omened stone, born of calamity, bring about? In due time, I will show you. No point lingering here. Let's continue this somewhere altogether more comfortable, in the city.
Now that sounds like a plan.
Without further ado, heavens above, I'd completely forgotten.
What is it?
I'm so sorry. I failed to mention what is arguably the most vital facet of my identity.
Come again?
I know it's rather late, but allow me to formally introduce myself. Masha, Lapidarist Extraordinaire, at your humble service.
What now?
A Lapidarist Extraordinaire, my dear. An artisan of the crafts, if you will, in drab layman's terms. I specialize in gem processing and precious metalwork, mainly. But I also dabble in many other types of ornamentation.
Huh. Sounds like you keep busy.
Could I trouble you for a bigger reaction? You're the fabled Lapidarist Extraordinaire, or how inspirational would fit well in this conversational beat.
If anything, I'm surprised you had time to learn to fight like you do, on top of all your other hobbies, I'd say.
Oh, I hadn't considered that possibility. Thank you for your honest opinion.
These crafts you're talking about, you can make something from that stone.
I can, and I shall. Let's see. Judging by the quality of this stone, it might make for a fanciful ring. Normally, it's my policy not to show my methods to the general public. But I'll make an exception this time, just for you. Now watch as the city's lauded Lapidarist Extraordinaire flaunts her artisanal prowess.
Better make sure we're well rested.
That ought to do it. There. More refined than ever. Haha! Beautifully done, if I do say so myself. Durable and easy to refine. I made the right call picking that stone for an accessory. Mio, I'd like to impart this ring to you.
Huh? Are you sure?
Nevermore. Take it and keep it to commemorate our meeting.
Wait, didn't you go searching for that stone because you wanted the ring?
They do say that curiosity and danger are two trunks of the same tree. What you ought to know about me is that I live as I please. That's really all there is to it.
I'm surprised. That's not the kind of mentality I'd have expected from one of the city folk.
Yes, you'd think that, wouldn't you? But having different thoughts and beliefs, that's what makes us human. Just as the people of House Vandam march on Mobius, waving the banner of war, so do you have House Doyle, who stay back, putting the city's preservation above all else. But that's not to say everyone who chooses pacifism thinks the way a Doyle might. Myself, for instance.
But aren't we supposed to all be working together to defeat Mobius?
Yes, I acknowledge that truth as well. It's a thorny question, to be sure. But be that as it may, I simply cannot in good conscience abandon my principles. Even straying from the soldier's path, how could I deride anyone who seeks meaning in life, who strives for an enlightened future? The city today is a melting pot, one great messy confluence of thoughts. But I'm of the belief that one day they will all meld together to create sweet, perfect harmony. Much like the stone that we discovered. Incidentally, and I'm sorry to change the subject, I think I've taken quite a liking to you all. And on that note, I have a suggestion. What would you say to entering into an exclusive contract with moi?
Huh? Contract for what?
It would grant you the right to receive my premium services as a Lapidarist Extraordinaire, expressly and expeditiously. Clearer now? And that applies to you, especially.
Me?
You have the makings of a model, Mio. Such qualities are rare to come by. You are a diamond in the rough, my dear. I can see it now. You'll be a future trendsetter.
Thanks, I guess.
Oh, but I wouldn't dream of forcing you. That would go against my principles. All right, my dears. Might I have an answer?
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't mind that. What's everyone else think?
I don't see why not. Sounds like a good offer to me.
You're gonna make gear for us, yeah? Can't say no to that.
No objections from me.
Nor me. And you evidently know how to handle yourself.
Yeah, I want a ring just like Mimi's.
Splendid. Then it's a done deal. Oh, one more thing. I'll have to ask you to procure the necessary materials for my work. And of course, I'll have to ask you to reimburse me for the labor as well.
What? Oh, come on!
You're gonna charge us? Some generosity that is.
On the contrary, I'd be more wary of anyone who offers their services for free. And besides, I pride myself on my skills as a Lapidarist Extraordinaire. Rest assured that any articles you request will be delivered to the highest possible standard. Satisfaction guaranteed. I look forward to a fruitful partnership.
Oh, at long flipping last. There you are, Mash.
Looking for moi?
Maz, how have you been? We've been scouring high and low for you.
Yes. Lovely to see you too. You have some business to discuss?
Whoa. Pull the other one, Mash. It's got bells on it.
So cold, Mazzy. Ice cold. Don't pretend you don't know what we're talking about.
Me and my fair lady ordered matching accessories. Quite a while ago, too. It's getting silly now.
Yeah, and I recall we paid a pretty penny up front too. Don't want to rush you, Maz, but come on.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, of course, I hadn't forgotten. I was, literally just pinning down the final touches on the design. I'm on the cusp of beginning production.
Oh, you were you? Well, I'm glad to hear it, Mash. Phew! I was sweating buckets there. Thought the whole thing had slipped your mind.
Perish the thought. That would be tragic.
Right.
My sincerest apologies. It did, in fact, utterly escape me.
Figured.
Figures.
But Maz, you're so chuffing brilliant at what you do. It's just such a crying shame that you're like this, you know?
Oh, how it pains me to know it.
Hey, at least you remembered now. We're still on board, by the way. Long as you give us a discount for the trouble.
We're looking forward to the finished products. Ta-ta!
Well, I put my foot in it again. Perhaps I ought to hire a clerk.
What is the deal with those guys?
They're soldiers, those two. Illustrious members of the Lost Numbers. Not to mention my clients. Previously, I received a commission from them for a pair of matching accessories, but clearly my mind was otherwise occupied. Letting my clients wait any longer than this is going to tarnish my reputation. I'll have to expedite my work.
Should we help?
What? Are you quite sure?
We'd be pretty crappy friends if we just left you in the lurch now, innit?
Gosh! Well, I'm incredibly grateful for the offer. I shall have to be sure to compensate you appropriately when the order is completed.
Will we need to leave the city again to gather materials?
No. Before any of that, we will need to prioritize information gathering.
Information? What kind? And why?
Even the most basic accessory necessitates a great deal of thought. One must consider its shape, application, presentation. But above all else, it is imperative to pin down the nature of the individual to whom it will ultimately belong.
How do you mean, nature?
We must learn more about Jake and Tessa, find out what makes them tick. Only then will we discern the accessories they desire. That is how I do things, and that is where we must begin.
Sounds like a really roundabout way to do things. Why not just ask them yourself?
Only a third-rate charlatan would consider such a thing. The true creme de la creme must fulfill their clients' orders without uttering even a word.
But you don't have much time.
Which is why I'm very grateful for your assistance.
We may have our work cut out for us.
I suppose we should start by asking people who are close to those two.
That's the way indeed. Then let's begin our inquiries. We must talk to Jake and Tessa's compeers in the Lost Numbers and find all we can about them.
Good to add more names.
Jake and Tessa, yeah? They seemed a bit wishy-washy, if I'm honest.
Well, let's see. Their actions will surely speak for themselves.
I see some relations have changed.
That should be information enough for now. Shall we reconvene?
Sounds good.
Well, one cannot scrimp on.
We could do with some food.
So, where's our next port of call?
Let's make the most of our break, guys. Where should I start?
Well, this wasn't what I was expecting.
I know. I figured they'd be a couple of quirky jokers.
Sounds like they've had it rough.
Indeed. They appear so ostentatious and fickle, one could be quick to dismiss them as mindless followers. But the truth is that they are loyal soldiers both, and they care deeply for each other. In which case, I'd be inclined to substitute an eye-catching design for something altogether more somber. The accessory they seek is most likely...
Most likely... what?
That shall have to wait. In any case, I have a clear idea of what would suit them now. You've been a tremendous help.
Good to hear. So I'm guessing the next step is we go looking for the materials, yeah?
Haha, you guessed correctly.
Are you going to tell us what we need?
Yes, I'll need 2 things. One of them, far easier to come by. I'll start with that. One may find rose quartz growing on Corn Island on the Erythea Sea. What I would need is a quartz crystal with a particularly high purity, known as Red Shawl.
Corn Island. Got it. Let's go take a look.
There's crystals everywhere. How are we going to find the right stuff?
That's a question best left for our resident expert, Masha.
Let's go someplace else. Let's go someplace else. Watch your footing, guys.
The next leg of our journey will take us to the Orion tunnels.
Hold on. Don't tell me you're taking us down there to do actual mining for you.
Close, but no mica. It's not minerals you'll be mining this time, but monsters.
Huh? Not literally, right?
Deep in the Orion tunnels, there's said to exist a rare species of rockel. The unique mineral which takes root on its back, argentium, will be our next target. Though I must confess, I have only ever set eyes on it but a single time.
Well, how are you so sure that you'll be able to find it then?
Well, we had no trouble getting the first material. Let's stay optimistic.
Better hope our luck's not run out yet. Off to the mines with us, then.
Smarts!
Unstoppable!
Is that the rumble we wanted?
Quite remarkable, isn't it? Let's procure our ore before it gets away.
I'll heal you right up.
Where better to monitor the battle than on healing duty?
Cry of faith!
Cry of faith!
This'll be a challenge. Don't lose focus.
Got to allow for a little challenge now and again.
Shockwave! Inferno!
down!
Rigid
Cyclone! Enemy's broken away from me. Dimension Ripper!
Dragon Snarl!
Shock! Come here! I got something for you!
Cheers, you're dead.
Enemy's broken away from me.
Crazy strong now!
I'm more than strong.
Power flow
Punch your
free!
lights out! A fusion of our strength! Torque pop!
Inferno! Dead! Things are building up.
Time to end this.
Flame!
I'll keep up the
see me in
attack.
action, Mimi?
That was sure I
see?
did, Sana.
This
So
is
glad
our
we got the
path to the
agenda done without
future.
too much fuss.
We were fortunate indeed. Well then, the city beckons. Once again, your incomparable efforts have paved the way forward. Thank you, my dears. I feel now that I can finally produce the accessory I have in my mind's eye.
Isn't this an excessive amount of time and effort for a couple of accessories?
That, good sir, is the difference between the ready-made and the tailor-made. That, and it's my sales point. All right, you may have to give me a while. It is complete.
work, Masha.
Okie doke. Time to deliver the goods to those two.
Yes, just a moment. I've given them a call and arranged for them to take delivery at the Founders Square.
I really hope they'll like them.
They better. After all the trouble they put us through.
You needn't worry. They will be satisfied, I assure you, or my name is not Masha.
So it's bracelets this time, huh?
That's correct. Rings, bracelets, and the like
smarts.
happen to be my forte. Jake, Tessa. So sorry to have kept you waiting. These would be the items you requested. Do check if they're to your liking.
Oh, finally! Really kept us waiting, eh?
I know, I am buzzing.
The silver luster comes from an alloy of argentium. To my understanding, it is one of the strongest precious metals there is. Your unbreakable ties inspired the design at the heart of the bracelet, inlaid with a red gem of the highest purity. Those bracelets will not corrode or tarnish, and will preserve your bond for a great many years down the line.
This'll do just grand. I couldn't have asked for something better. Kinda scary how perfect it is.
Amazing. We barely told you anything.
I really must confess, this is arguably one of my finest works to date. What better keepsake could there be to assuage the both of you alike?
Well, so you knew.
So you already know that much about us?
Hardly. It was quite simple. This was not the first time I've been enlisted for such a request. I'm not psychic.
Wait, what's this about? A keepsake?
You know what happens to us folk when we pop our clogs?
Yeah.
We're lost numbers fighting at the front. Our numbers could be up tomorrow. And nothing will be left of us. We'll just whoosh into light. It's crap. We're not having any of it. Our names will go up on some cenotaph, but all we'll be is just another statistic.
Yeah, so you see, we figured there had to be a better way for us to be remembered by. Something that'd last long into the future. Something that we'd be proud of, to keep us in good memory.
And that's where the keepsakes come in.
There is naught in this life more beautiful and precious than a happy, cherished memory. And yet, it is human nature that the more precious we perceive a thing, the more we fear it might be whisked away. Like these two here. They aren't the first city folk who wish to set their memories in stone. And certainly won't be the last. To leave something permanent, telling the world that they once lived. Their lives' history writ, and spirits enshrined. A love that cannot be seen, immortalized in physical form. Therein lies the quintessence of my work as Lapidarist Extraordinaire.
Now that there's the head of House Cassini. Gals are cut above. We were right to stick by you. Thanks, Emil. You're a gem.
Trust us, we'll take extra good care of them. Until our final breath. No. For a long time yet.
If the both of you are satisfied, then I am too. Those bracelets, may they serve you well, and impart to you a future both bright and prosperous. All right, that about wraps up the order. I'm truly grateful for all the support you've given me, you know. Rare is the job where one can feel such fulfillment.
Before we wrap up, I'd like to ask you something.
Yes, I'm all ears, my dear.
Those two appeared to mention something quite significant back there. The head of House Cassini.
My, oh my, oh my. It seems I've been found out, have I?
What is this House Cassini?
One of the city's 6 houses. You know, like the House Vandam that Monica leads. If you're the head, then that makes you Monica's equal. You must be in quite the position of power.
Oh, hardly. I would never compare myself to the likes of Moni, dearest. I only succeeded the role as a formality when the former head unexpectedly made it known that they were going to step down.
And that doesn't interfere with your Lapidarist Extraordinaire business?
Doesn't seem very leaderly. What's everyone got to say about that?
Free is the citizen who embraces their freedom. We of House Cassini are free spirits, more so than the other houses. Such has been our code for generations. So long as one forges one's own path in life, unbound by societal principles, my house's role is to respect and support them in it. So, you see, I serve the people of the city in my own way, as I personally see fit.
Wow, there really are all kinds in the city, huh?
Well now, that was a job well done. And thanks to the experience, I believe I have some new ideas for accoutrements. Let me use this sudden flash of inspiration to put our contract to good use. You did do the Ferris's share of the work, after all.
Thanks, Masha. We'll be counting on you.
And I shall expect nothing but the finest patronage.
I see some relations have changed.